Welcome back, FX-528 here, back again with some knife therapy. And the knife I have before you today is the FX-Tur folder. It's a Jasper Voxnaes design, carbon fiber handles, L-Max satin finished blade. This is the box it comes in, just a standard old box made in Maniago, Italy. What? Alright, and it also comes with this beautiful leather zipper pouch. I don't know if this is standard. Fox, handmade in Italy. I've never owned a Fox knife, so y'all can let me know down in the comment section below. Here's the paperwork that it comes with, and it comes with its own Allen key. So very nice touch. I like when companies go out of their way and make your purchase worthwhile. If you buy this knife brand new, it'll come in right around $209 at Blade HQ at the moment. I was able to pick this beauty up for a screaming deal from my buddy Patrick. He goes by SharpDad33 on Instagram and the Aiden's Daddy 17 on YouTube. I'll leave a link down in the description below. If you're not following him already, you need to do yourself a favor and go check his channel out. Let's get into some quick specs of this knife. It's not a large folder by any means. The blade length is just shy of 3 inches, so it should be legal in a lot of areas because that's usually the blade length in some of these crazy places. 7 inches overall, so about a 4-inch handle. The carbon fiber on this knife, I'm going to say right now, is probably the most beautiful carbon fiber I've ever seen on a production folder. Absolutely no voids. The light just dances off that carbon fiber. And very nice 3D contoured. Very, very nice. You got satin screws with a bronze titanium backspacer with a very generous lanyard hole. You could definitely fit some 550 through there. Love how they did this milled titanium pocket clip that's got is blind screwed in there, so the screws come in from the back side. Very, very nice touch. Gives you kind of that custom knife feel. This knife is definitely a fun flicker. Flicks out there really, really nice. The detent. I will say I checked these out at Blade Show, and I've checked out 3 or 4 of them, and all of them had rather. I thought it was a stiff detent, but now that I have one like that's mine, and I was able to inspect it a little bit closer, it's not really a strong detent. It's just a lot of lock bar pressure, which I guess in turn can create stiffer detent. But the detent on mine, I don't know if my buddy broke this one in for me nice before I got it, or it came like this, but I've seen a lot of people struggle to do a slow roll like that. Most of the time, all you can see them do is flipping it. I can even, when I get it right, yeah, I can spidey flick it. And, you know, detent's perfect for me. That's a huge thing for me. As you can see, you got a nice satin blade. I love the Fox logo. I think it's very tasteful. And then you don't have a whole lot of billboarding. You got the Fox logo and maker's mark right there. Same thing, huh? Fox Knives, Maniago, Italy, L-Max steel, FX-528 your model number. And real quick, this is a knife that I'm gonna have to tear down to inspect closer, but I've noticed something already kind of strange, and I don't really know why they would have done this, but I was watching somebody else's video and they talked about how the blade tang looked all rough and nasty, like it was, you know, not finished properly. And that's not the case. If you look at it right there, it's flush, it's flat. What that is carbonization. Now, there's only a few reasons why you would actually carbonize a blade tang. For one, if you have really bad lock stick, but usually when you carbonize on the lock face only. That's why I said I'm going to have to do some further investigation of that, because that's just strange. You also see that whenever you whenever you're not getting, good lockup, maybe you want to get earlier lockup, so you carbonize the blade tang and the lock face. I'm not sure. It's kind of odd to me. Usually you only see it on the lock bar itself. I'm not sure if this is a titanium lock bar. I would think it is, because the weight it's a rather light knife. So I would think that's titanium. I'm not certain yet. Whenever I do my full review, I will have that information for you. You got some jimping up here. It's nice. It's not overly aggressive, and it's not a whole lot of it either. And I'll say, my detent's dialed in nice to where I can slow roll it, but they do have a ton of lock bar pressure on my variation of this knife. Something else I noticed right off the back, because this is something I look for, is they just didn't. I don't know why. I don't understand why companies can't terminate that plunge line better. It might not. You might not see it here. It might look like it's done perfectly, but if you can see the line that's going up right here from the plunge line, it's actually hitting right there. So you're going to have a little bit of a beard left over right there. They could have, if they would have went just a 1/16 of an inch more, it would have been just perfect. Now on this side, it doesn't look like it, but you'll definitely notice it on that side whenever I'm sharpening. So I don't know if I'm gonna fix that or not. Like I said, I got a great price on this knife, and so far I'm really happy with it. Now for $209, I can't make that decision yet. I haven't carried it enough. But like I said, once I dive into this knife and look at the internals a little bit better, I will know a little bit more. Something I've also noticed by just looking in there is you got, let's see if I can show you this better. Yeah, you got stainless or titanium that comes all the way to the pivot area, so you're not running on the carbon fiber with your bushings, but I don't see anything on this side. So like I said, I won't know that until I take it apart. Those are some pretty thick slabs of carbon fiber. And with all Voxnay's designs, you'll see that the blade to handle ratio is not always great, which it doesn't matter to me. I'd much rather have a full, nice four-fingered grip on here than have perfect blade to handle ratio. It's got a nice, let's see, I think that's looks like a flat grind, a full flat. Could be wrong. I don't know. That's another thing I'll have to check for you on the full review. But feels great in the hand. At this point, I just got this knife. I don't feel much of a hot spot anywhere. Maybe a little bit on the back side of the clip. Even though everything's nice and rounded, I still kind of, let's see where I'm. When I bear down, you can see right there, there's prints in my hands. It's coming from the back side of that clip, but nothing that I'm gonna have to throw gloves on. And left-handed, it's nice, but this is a right-handed knife only, or for the most part, you only have tip up right hand carry only. And that's probably about it until the full review. This was just a first look. I want to get somebody had asked me to do a review on this knife, and my buddy just so happened to be selling one, so I picked it up so I could follow through on that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I like to talk to you guys. It helps me out in more ways than one, and make new friends along the way. So hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Remember, guys, live every day as if it were your last. Peace.